Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Doing a little bit of tinkering. Got a couple packages I need to ship with some tools. Next, I'm gonna go air up my cousin's tires. Tires on the vehicle are low. She think that notice in the dash is something normal since it's always there. And they got little bicycles for my little cousins. Need to be aired up. Here it is, folks. Tire pressure system inside the driver's door. It says that everything should be at 32 psi. So we're going to check all four tires and definitely pump up the one that I think is low, passenger rear. Toyota RAV4. I think it's like a 2018 or something. Let's get to checking it out. Then they got little bikes over there that need air. This front tire has too much air in it. It had 40 psi, it's supposed to have 32. Having too much air in your tire messes up your suspension. So I'm gonna run these down to 33. This front tire has too much air in it too. It was to 38 psi, actually 40 psi. So I'm running it down to 33. That's the one I think is low back there. We'll see what that one is at. There it is, folks. 14 psi. Let's pump this thing up to 33 psi. Got a couple of little bicycles for my cousins, and the tires were flat, so I'm airing those up. It's supposed to be 35 psi, but man, it airs up in like 10 seconds, and while you're unscrewing it, you lose 5-10 psi. So I'm airing them up to 38, 39, and by the time I unscrew it, they end up at 35. But I think they might have a leak. We'll see how long they last. I'll check them tomorrow. Kicking off the Tinker Day. Man, check out Tony's ride. That thing is still looking good. Ride good too. One of the best riding 850s I think I've driven. It's just smooth. So we're going to do a few things to it. Replace this brake line that we fixed before. Put a fresh steering wheel on there. I think we're going to mess with the collar for the steering column. I can't remember though. Then we got a few lights in the instrument cluster. And maybe a gear shift knob if I remember to bring that. And see what else we can get into. Yep, somebody in the past had busted off the screw mounts in that, so it just lifts right off. So let's start out with the instrument cluster. Got the VST on it. No check engine lights, which is very good. We're going to see if we can hook up to the climate control. See if we got any codes or situations there. Here we go. Going to read codes. It's having a problem with the driver's side getting warm. Suspect it's got a motor not working. 5. Woo-wee. Let's check it out. Driver's side, temp duct motor, recirc motor, temp sensor blower, temp sensor blower passenger side, no self-adjust limit position. Alright, let's clear the codes. See if anything works better. Mo better. Oh gosh, it's not wanting to erase them. Let's go erase. Not erase false. Still exists. Let's see which one still exists. One still exists. Duct temp sensor. Uh-oh. That's not good. We already had this dash out. Erase. Try it one more time. Not erase. So let's see if it works. Start the car. Put that thing on max. We got flashy. It's blowing warm now. Take it to full warm default. Take it to front vent. It's blowing warm now. Both sides. Take it to full cold. See if it goes to cold. And it is going to cold. Yeah. Alright, well, it seems to be working, but it says, I think the driver's side or passenger side temp sensor in the ductwork is not working. That could be a problem, so we're going to think about dealing with that. For now, let's change this steering wheel, change this collar, replace these lights in this instrument cluster, and see what we're going to do from there. Getting ready to drop this steering wheel on here, and I noticed the horn stuff is jacked up. So I'm going to unplug this and try to swap this horn stuff over to this steering wheel. It appears that someone did some repairs on that horn, and the cable that came out of it, wherever I put it, it has some rubber grommets on it. There it is. It's still in there. As you can see, the pins has 2 rubber grommets on the bottom side, and I pulled 1 rubber grommet off the top side. So I'm going to transfer that over to this, because trying to get these out is breaking these. So I'm going to try to use these grommets that I used to fix the door latch. See if that'll hold the horn pieces in place so the horn works. Let's give it a try, see what happens. I'm out in the field trying to figure out this horn situation, and looks like somebody put 2 O-rings on the bottom of this, something on the stem of it, and an O-ring on the top. So I'm going to try to replicate that with some vacuum line and put this thing up through here and make this horn work. So I need some kind of insulator that'll insulate around that. Maybe, heck man, I gotta figure something out. But I do have some vacuum line there, so maybe I could trim this vacuum line up to insulate around this. But looks like they use some kind of electrical tape. So let me get to work. So what I do here is I wrap the stem of this with electrical tape. In this case, I'm using duct tape to insulate it from activating the horn while it's in there. Then I put a little piece of vacuum line over it, 2mm vacuum all the way down the base. And then the end of it pushes up through the hole here. And then I cap that off with a little round O-ring like that. And then it ends up like that. And then I wrap this part with electrical tape too, so that it doesn't make contact to nothing while it's moving around in there. Any of this stuff that makes contact with this stuff could cause that horn to go off when you don't want it to. So I'll show you one before I put them in this side. There it is. I got the tape on the stem of it, and then I got the hose pushed down on it. Now I'm gonna cover the bottom of that with tape, stick it through there, and put another O-ring on the stem of it to hold it in place, like I did those. And there we are, folks. It's as together as I'm going to get it. We're going to see if it works, and it's not blowing when I put it together. Fingers crossed. Let me hook the rest of the stuff up. You want to make sure the bushing on the bottom side of that is thick enough so that it doesn't make contact on the top. So make that thick enough so that the top gasket just holds it through. I made these a little thicker on this side. See how thick that one is? So don't use them thin like that. Use them a little thicker like that, about 1/4 inch thick. They have kits to fix these horns. I'll link the part number in the comments here, but I think I got it fixed, or jerry rigged, whatever you want to call it. Let me go ahead and put this in, and as you can see, it says tighten the right hand screw first so you don't bust the horn. Let me go ahead and install this. Hooked up the battery. The moment of truth. If I turn this key on and the horn starts blowing, I got a problem. No horn. Horn works. One side. Horn works the other side. I should be good to go. Pull the dash pad off. Put a couple lights in the instrument cluster. Got the dash pad back together. A little bit bowed there. A little sticking out there, but hey, all in all, it's a good looking dash pad. Let me find this grill and the speaker here, and we can hit this brake line.
Got your glasses and everything?
Yeah, my glasses are down.
Don't get no debris in your eye, brother.
Huh?
Don't get no debris.
Yeah.
I can have some safety glasses in this trunk. That the old one or the new one you can mess in?
Putting a new one in. Just gotta make sure I don't cross thread it. That's the action of death. All right, I got it.
Got it.
Got to bend it to the, right position. Yes, sir. Hand me one of them blue paper towels. I got it.
You can do something?
No, I got it. Just want to wipe it off, make sure it's not dripping anymore. And we got it screwed on. Not dripping. Got the clamp on. Got to put it in its brackets. Make sure it's tight on the caliper. Try to bleed that caliper and we'll be done. Popped off the reservoir, bled the brakes, we should be good to go. Let me get this brake line in this clips. We have a couple of brake light bulbs out. Those are the bulbs, the same kind that go in the dash. 2 of these are out. You should be able to unscrew this while it is against the trunk if your wing is back at the proper distance. So you pull those 3 T25 screws, the light assembly falls down, and you can get at the bulbs. These are the bulbs we got to replace them, 12 volt, 5 watts. We replaced all 6, about to see if they're hitting. All 6, popping, looking good. Bam, lit up now, man. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.